Hi, I'm Clint Johnson, and today I'm going to be giving you some helpful hints and some tips for how to use your iPad 2. I'm going to run through just a few things, and then I'm actually going to buy one of our super duper applications and kind of walk you through the process for that as well. So let's get started. So if you'll look at your iPad, you will see that there are 4 icons down at the bottom. And the original iPad, that's how many you get. One of the things that you need to know about the new iPad 2 is that you can simply hold down one of the applications and you will see them light up, and then I can pull 2 more applications that I use a lot down into this bar. And that's a really helpful thing. If you have an app that you go to all the time, just pull it down there and you can use it, and then you click your home button, which is right down here, and that will set them. Okay? Another thing that you can do is you can also make folders. Once you start getting a lot of apps, and we hope that you get a lot of our super duper apps, you can actually make one big folder that puts all of the super duper apps or all your articulation apps into one place. So what I'm going to do here is I just hold that down, and then I'm going to drag one app on top of another one. And as you can see, it made a little education folder. Okay? And then I click the home button and I go back, and you can see that that education folder is right here now. And I could have put all of those apps in there if I wanted to. Another helpful hint is if you go to your settings screen, one of the things that we have found is that with kids, if you turn, your iPad this way or that way, the screen will rotate with you. With kids, that can actually be a little bit difficult because kids will grab it and then it turns and you've got the thing kind of spinning around all the time. If you notice on your top left-hand side of your iPad, you will see a button that you actually use for mute most of the time. You can switch the settings and say use side switch to lock rotation, which is what I have it on now. I'll turn that off and you can see it will turn. But if I turn it back on, when I do that, it won't turn at all. So you can leave it where you want to leave it. One of the other things that you need to know about is that a lot of apps, when you go to the setting page, they will show up as an icon down here. That means they have specific settings that you can use or change within the settings page. These settings may not be in the actual application. So if I go to the data tracker, for instance, you can see that I have a button for clearing the current session. I can recover players. I can reset the session data. I can reset players, and I can also reset groups. These are functions that are not available within the app itself. They're in the settings page. So you always need to check your apps to make sure that if there's some settings that you would like to change, a lot of the times they will be within that settings page. One of the other things that I would like to show you is we can go to Super Duper, and here you will see that we actually have a page of all of our apps that are available. I get this question a lot as I'm on the road and at conferences, is how do I get these apps? How do I find out what Super Duper has? You can go through the App Store or through iTunes to find our apps. It's a lot easier, honestly, if you just go to our page, and you will see them all right here, and you click on the app, and it will take you to our buy page, and then this will actually just take you to the App Store. Okay? And you'll see if we have an Android version of it, that will appear as well. There's also a video up here that shows you exactly how it works. That's one thing that you don't get at the App Store that you will get right here is we can't post videos on that on the App Store, but we can certainly do it right here, and this will show you the actual app working. Kevin and Julie do a great job of kind of running you through all of the features of our apps. And one other thing that you can do is, let's say that I wanted to go and take a picture. You can actually use a screenshot. And so I'm going to switch to images, and here's my little beaver. And I make him a full size right here, and I'm going to open that up. And see, there's the little beaver right there. So now I'm going to show you how to capture images from, you can do it from Google, you can do it from any image that you find on the web, and you can actually put this into your camera roll or into your photo section on your iPad. And so what I do is I hold down the home button, and then I just click the sleep button once, and you heard the camera go off. And now when I go back to my photos section, there's a beaver that I took earlier this morning, and here's our new beaver. See, he's right there. And you can put this into PowerPoint. You can put these images however you want. You can use them for just simple vocabulary lessons, but it's a great way to utilize your iPad and take some of the free images that are available on the web. Now, one thing that I can tell you is when you do use an image off of Google, you do need to specify the URL that it came from. That's kind of a copyright issue. So if you're using it for educational purposes, that's okay, but you just want to put the URL down at the bottom of it. So just copy that as you're taking that picture as well. So that is kind of how that works. And now what I want to show you is how we kind of can get to a Super Duper app. So I'm going to go back to our Super Duper website, and we are going to look at our Irregular Verbs app. So now I've clicked over to see our app page, and Irregular Verbs is one that I don't have in my iPad yet. And I click go to the App Store, and you can see that it's going to come up, and I'm going to press the icon and buy that app. Now I've already created an Apple ID. When you do this on your iPad, you will want to create an Apple ID. You have to do that to be able to purchase apps. You can find information for that at apple.com. One of the other sites that you can go to when you go to apple.com, and this is just kind of an aside, is if you're interested in buying bulk purchases of apps, so you have 50 therapists and you want to be able to get them all the same app, you go to apple.com/education, and they will walk you through the steps for being able to purchase in bulk, and they'll also give you a discount on those apps depending on how many you're going to get. But anyways, I have my use existing Apple ID, and I'm going to enter in my email, and I've already got it started, and then I'm going to enter in my password. And now all I have to do is just install it right here, and as you can see, it's appeared, and it will load onto my iPad. One of the things that you can do with your apps is that you can load these onto 5 shared devices. You can actually, if you have 5 SLPs in your district, if you guys all share the same iPad or the same owner code for that, then you guys can load the same apps. So that's a way to get like a little more bang for your buck. You can actually put those onto 5 devices. And then when you go to sync it, you sync it in one central computer, all your apps will be saved and back up. So that's a little bit of information about using the iPad and how to get an app. If you would like to learn more, we have some frequently asked questions that are available on the website. That's superduperinc.com. You can also email an SLP if you just want to find out which app might be appropriate for the children that you're seeing. And you can email us at slphelp@superduperinc.com. Again, thank you very much.